Welcome back, True Seeker. Years ago, I predicted Conor McGregor would become 22-3 in his UFC record. If he wins his next fight at UFC 229, he will be 22-3. And in this video, we're going to review why I predicted that. So, UFC 229 is on October 6th, the day leaving 86 days left in the year. If you're new here, all of the world of sports is scripted by this code, which I'm revealing. All of the world of sports is scripted this way. You will not be able to prove otherwise. You will not be able to prove me incorrect. I've already proven my point too many times over. I've already predicted more sports championships from the start of seasons than anyone has in the history of the world. And every single day, my work proves itself further and further. If you haven't read my book, Letters and Numbers, that released earlier this year in March, what I wrote about in that book with the numbers that are associated with certain athletes, it's already proven itself over 100 times over. Check out the book. You'll see exactly what I mean. So anyway, Conor McGregor. It's going to be a big deal when he becomes 22-3, and he's doing it on a day that associates with his name, just like how the record 22-3 associates with his name, which we'll get to. So McGregor on the day leaving 86 days left in the year. The fight was announced August 3rd. That's the day they put out that this is going to be the match. On August 3rd, the fight's going to be October 6th, which is a span of 65 days. And in Gematria, Conor's 65, Conor McGregor also 65. In case you're new here, there's 4 base ciphers based on the alphabetic order forwards and backwards, plus the rules of numerology. Check out my other videos. I teach the ciphers more thoroughly. Watch the first video on this channel if you really want to learn how to do it. But understand, Conor and Conor McGregor, connections to 65, a span of 65 days from the announcement of the fight until the day of the fight. Conor McGregor, probably the biggest name in UFC, the face of his sport right now. This is why the fight is centered around him. If you don't do the span, it's also 64 days after. A span means you count the date of the announcement and the date of the fight. If you don't count the date of the announcement and just say the fight's 64 days later, that's interesting as well because Conor McGregor's nickname is The Notorious, 64. Also, all of Conor McGregor's fights are synced up with his birthday, which is July 14th. He turned 30 years old. If you missed my last video on why he was cleared of his charges in New York on New York's birthday at age 30, go back and watch that video. Had everything to do with him turning 30 years old. And from the distance of the day he was convicted or charged to the date his charges were dropped. But anyway, from his birthday, July 14th, he turned 30, to the date of the fight is a span of 85 days. It's also 2 months and 23 days, kind of like 22-3. And notice Conor in Jewish Gematria, 223. Why I said he would be 22-3 plus other reasons. He's currently 21-3, needs one more win. I made this prediction. I forget what his record was when I made the prediction. I think he had 2 losses at the time and not as many wins. It was years ago that I said you'll see Conor McGregor end up being 22-3. But hold on, we got to get to the 85 piece too. Why does 85 days matter? So coming down here, the Gematria of undefeated is 85. And the man he's facing is currently undefeated. He's 26-0. And 26, a special number. When he fought Floyd McGregor, the name Floyd equals 26. So does punch. Hold on, let me turn that off. When he fought Floyd Mayweather came into the fight with 26 career knockouts. 26 is a big number in boxing. And boxing, part of mixed martial arts and UFC. But 26 is also a special number. It's the God number. The word God with the alphabetic order is 26 in English and in Hebrew. That's why there's 26 letters in the alphabet, because this code of letters and numbers comes from Kabbalah, which is associated with Judaism. And Jews have always run the UFC, and now it couldn't be any more obvious. You got Ari Emanuel, who owns the league. But anyway, Kabbalah has the core belief God created the world by merging the letter with the number. God equals 26, letter equals 26. We're talking about English, the 26 letter alphabet. Man made in the 26th verse of the Bible. The name Adam equals 26. This is a special record right here, 26-0. Pretty sure he's about to become 26-1. And coming back up here, or I guess it was down here, I want you to see that undefeated equals 50. Undefeated 50. Remember that Floyd Mayweather got his 50th career win, becoming 50-0 by beating Conor McGregor. And McGregor has the Gematria of 50. The tickets for this fight go on sale August 17th, 50 days before the fight. You know, this is the big draw. Conor McGregor, considered, you know, the fastest puncher, one of the best fighters in UFC, versus this man who's undefeated, who has not lost yet. Undefeated. Big theme. I'll skip what's relevant about his name. This guy has all sorts of Freemason coding in his name. Again, Freemasonry, invested in Kabbalah, Freemasonry, large and in charge, in control of the sports. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, based in the Old Testament, like Judaism. Oh yeah, and this is UFC 229. 229 is the 50th prime number. That's why the tickets go on sale 50 days before the fight. 229, the 50th prime. McGregor, the big draw. A chance to become 22-3. Pretty sure it's going to happen. Especially in light of, you know, the fact that I said this years ago and he's just a fight away. I'd be shocked if this guy Khabib won it. So, pretty sure McGregor will be blemishing that undefeated record. But just understand, the whole thing is scripted around Conor McGregor. This is also why McGregor got busted before UFC 223, which, by the way, was in Brooklyn, New York. And do you want to guess what Brooklyn, New York equals in Gematria? Show you this real quick. These 4 base ciphers right here. With the alphabetic order, Brooklyn, New York, 223. You know? All right, Truth Seeker, we'll leave it there. If anything else interesting happens before the fight, I'll do an update. But I think for now, that's enough. All right, I guess I'll give you one more thing. UFC, with the alphabetic order, is 30. UFC 30. Also notice the 51. The tickets go on sale 50 days before the fight. It's also a span of 51 days. But Conor McGregor... his full name is Conor Anthony McGregor, Gematria of 113. That's the 30th prime number. And on this cipher, if you click on a number, it'll tell you if it's prime. Yes, the 30th. From the day Conor got arrested to the day his charges were dropped was 113 days. And then dropped when he's age 30 on New York's birthday, where the charges stem from. So just realize, everything about UFC done by this numerical code, just like the rest of the world of sports, and you learn the code, you can prove it over 1,000,000 times. I know what I just want to tell you. UFC 227, which just happened, that the guy, the headline fight, the winner of that fight, the fight was 187 days after his birthday. You know, the guy who just won the headline fight, Dillashaw or something. I don't really follow UFC, if you can't tell. But 187 days from his birthday, he won it. Mixed martial arts 187. So learn this code. You can see how the fights are scripted. It's more than just Conor McGregor, but Conor McGregor, just everything he does, from the fights to the out of the octagon shenanigans, it's all by the code. And just so you know, everything that comes through our media and the rest of the world of sports, it's all scripted this way too, because the same people who control the UFC are the same people who control the rest of it. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.